It's over for people living near the scene of a fiery train derailment. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. More than 36 people living in and around Heimdall, North Dakota, are back home at this hour. They were just allowed to return home.
Now, their evacuation was prompted by this oil tanker derailment and fire around 7 this morning. These pictures were taken by Jennifer Willis. She told us you could feel the heat for some distance and hear explosions every so often.
Heimdall is located southeast of Minot, about 80 miles from there. Burlington Northern tells us the train had 109 cars, all but one carrying crude oil. At least 6 of the rail cars that derailed caught fire, sending thick black smoke into the air, which could be seen for miles. A Wells County commissioner told us tonight that today's rain dampened the grass, which kept the fire from spreading.
And tonight the fire is out, we're told, but several people still remain on the scene. A dike has been built around the derailment area to keep oil-related problems from spreading.
From a pollution standpoint, you've been able to keep everything in check.
You know, that might not be for me to answer. I do know that they did diking to try to contain it, and so far what my understanding is that it is fairly well contained to a relatively small area.
I just got off the phone with a spokesperson for BNSF who is on site. She told me the crews are still on the scene and will be through the night as the cars cool down. There's no cause at this point. It remains an open investigation. The rail line remains closed. Amtrak and other BNSF freight trains are being rerouted.
Now, crude oil prices are going up again, resulting in higher gas prices around the nation. The price for a barrel of crude oil traded above $60 yesterday. That's the first time it's happened this year. GasBuddy.com reports the national average for a gallon of gas is around $2.65, the highest it's been in 6 months. Oil prices fell to below $45 a barrel earlier this year, leading to low gas prices, but also job cuts in the oil sector and cuts to a number of drilling rigs operating in western North Dakota. Experts say the recent hikes may be a sign that the oil market is stabilizing.
Thanks to today's rain, a burn ban was lifted for Grand Forks County. However, Grand Forks County Sheriff Robert Rostov says that if conditions again become dry, the humidity drops or winds increase, the burn ban will be reinstated.
Well, the wet, windy weather was welcomed by most, but caused some hassles for thousands today, and there may be more of that to come.
4,000 Fargo homes near 2nd Avenue South went without electricity, some as long as 5 hours. Valley News Team's Macy Enger found out why our weather was to blame.
I was watching one of my favorite channels, and all of a sudden power went out.
A busy part of Fargo, which includes the Cass County Courthouse, had to work around a power outage.
Part of the pole collapsed and was hanging by the wires.
Passerbys even had to be escorted down the street by firefighters.
We're keeping people out of their work area, so if something does fall, that nobody gets hurt.
A few blocks closed off to drivers.
Can't take a nap now and can't charge my phones because I got to work tonight.
A frustrating afternoon for people who live in this area and the XL Power Company, who had to replace the entire power pole with this one after it caught fire.
The other time was when we had that little rainstorm that came through here about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
That's what the company is pointing to as the cause. Power lines can arc, and that mixed with rain and dry weather can lead to a spark. Officials hope we got enough rain to break our dry spell. Otherwise, this may not be the last power outage that we see. In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
There was another outage today, this one lasting about a half hour, impacting people living north of I-94 and west of I-29. That included Best Buy, the Holiday Inn, and Rasmussen College. This one was caused by a bird's nest in a substation.
A missing Bismarck teenager is back home with her family today after having been missing since Saturday. Bismarck police confirmed earlier this morning Akira Moran has been located. Akira's father also says authorities found her boyfriend, who was reportedly traveling with Akira. No other details are released. Bail has been set at $250,000 for the school superintendent accused of having a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old boy. Police arrested Charles Soper at the Sawyer, North Dakota school yesterday after discovering he used a social media app to connect with the boy. Prosecutors say they had sexual encounters at least 11 times, often including a third as a yet unidentified person. Soper is charged with luring a minor and human trafficking.
Tonight, we get a look inside one of Minnesota's brand new facilities, one that grows medical marijuana. It's a rare look, and we're not even allowed to tell you the exact location. So take a good look now, because these doors will not unlock very often for the media and never for the public. The plants, numbering about 4,000 at one time, begin here in vegetation for several weeks and then move into the mature process. From there, the buds fully form, and from there is where the oil is extracted to produce the oil-based medicines and pills. Right now, patients that may be eligible are encouraged to talk to their care providers to start the medication process. The drug will begin to be distributed to an estimated 5,000 people who are approved July 1st.
The avian flu is taking a new toll on Minnesota's turkey industry. Minnesota-based Jenny O is laying off more than 200 workers at its Faribault, Minnesota plant. But now we're learning what impact it could be having on your Thanksgiving meal. From the time a farm is infected, it takes 3 months to cull the flock and disinfect the farm. Then another 4 months to repopulate the farm and raise a full-sized hen, the type you'd eat at Thanksgiving. Even still, the Minnesota Turkey Growers Association does not believe the numbers are big enough yet to have a significant impact on holiday supplies.
We start building our inventory for turkeys throughout the year. So turkeys that are being produced right now that'll go into a cold storage for sale at Thanksgiving.
Representative Dave Baker from hardest hit Kandiyohi County says that the legislators are doing everything they can here as farms are devastated and jobs temporarily lost.
Jenny O and others have to do what they have to do to survive and make good business decisions, but we will come out of this.
Now, Jenny O receives most of its birds from local farms, and at least 46 Jenny O farms or supplies have been impacted by avian flu. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook for stories like this and many more. To follow the latest